Hi, we're super excited to tell you about our latest journey to the first jungle to find the fountain of culture change. Here are our previous reports, itinerary, and a map of our latest trek. I'm Bella, and I'm the expedition leader.
I'm Tenzing, and I'm the lead scientist.
And my name's Oscar, and I'm the cartographer.
The mission of 1816 Explorers is to build bold, confident leaders who transform culture, promote, value, and celebrate STEM.
We do this by building leaders and problem solvers, guaranteeing FIRST thrives through our FIRST sustainability system and through our STEM for All initiative.
To recap our latest journey, we began with climbing Inspiration Mountain.
To conquer it, we apply critical thinking and problem-solving skills developed on previous journeys. At our alumni-led team retreat,
That's where I learned to be a part of our expedition, by discovering our expedition's culture and history. I also adopted our core values of respect, trust, inclusivity, commitment, and joy of life.
I remember making those values like it was last year.
It was last year.
That's right. We developed them to allow our expedition to better execute our mission and ensure our long-term sustainability.
Our core values promote a positive team culture, enabling students to become leaders and problem solvers. To better carry out our core value of inclusivity, we brought in an expert on implicit bias for a professional level workshop.
As a student-led expedition, we develop our leadership skills by organizing outreach events, building relationships with sponsors, and educating the community about STEM.
After reaching the top of Inspiration Mountain, we stopped to hear a transmission from former team captain Rachel to learn how she used the skills she gained with Expedition 1816.
I just wanted to check in and give some encouragement. Expedition 1816 prepared me to intern with our founding sponsor, Medtronic. Now I use my STEM skills as a medical device engineer. Good luck, 1816.
It's truly inspiring to hear how valuable our expeditions are. Let's keep moving through our journey. Next, we stop to check our map to locate the tree of sustainability.
Once at the tree, we were able to see how it provides shelter, nutrients, and an anchor for all forms of flora and fauna.
Similar to how our expedition works with all levels of FIRST.
That's our first sustainability system in action.
Exactly. We support and engage FIRST programs within our community, across Minnesota, and throughout the country.
Our longtime sponsors, Dow and Medtronic, are the roots for our quest for culture change. Their support allows us to work with and grow expeditions all over Minnesota.
We leveraged connections with expedition sponsor Seagate to fund an inner-city practice field used by more than 20 FIRST robotics and tech challenge teams.
Our mentors and alumni are critical to sustainability. We train 1816 alumni in our mentor development program, and a third of our mentors are alumni.
FIRST participation in Edina now averages 260 explorers a year. We invest over 2,000 hours annually in mentoring all 11 Edina FIRST Tech Challenge teams, including 2 all-girls teams and 5 high school teams. This Explorer pipeline ensures that every incoming student has prior FIRST experience before joining our expedition.
Our long-term partnership with Edina Public Schools and our Somali liaison has resulted in FTC Team 13226, the first all-Somali team in Edina.
We convinced the Minnesota State High School League to sponsor an official varsity state championship, now 8 years running. Our resources have also assisted teams in Texas, Connecticut, and New Jersey to help them establish their own official varsity state championships.
Now robotics is on par with other varsity sports like football and hockey.
We were also the first high school to award varsity letters to robotics explorers, and new this year, varsity letters to high school FTC teams.
All Minnesota FIRST expeditions require extensive networking to ensure a successful journey. Our boot camps bring Minnesota and North Dakota expeditions to the annual Swamp Fest retreat, a collaboration with 5172 Gators.
Gators!
The team, not the animal.
We brought our core values process to 13 other teams, teaching them how to define their shared values and dig into what binds them together.
We also know that the best way to support as many expeditions as possible is to branch out through advocacy on the local, state, and national levels.
Our advocacy starts locally with the annual State of STEM report to our city council.
On the state level, we founded the Minnesota Advocacy Conference in 2016, and now it's become the annual STEM Advocacy Day at the state capitol.
Every year, we teach over 100 explorers from 14 different expeditions how to approach elected officials with specific STEM asks.
Based on our resources in STEM Advocacy Day, expeditions in New York and North Carolina are even organizing their own state advocacy conferences.
We are founding members and organizers of the first National Advocacy Conference in Washington, D.C. Our work in D.C. since 2013 has inspired 2 Minnesota senators to recognize the value of STEM engagement programs like FIRST.
Our Minnesota senators added language to both the Every Student Succeeds Act and the Perkins Vocational and Technical Education Act prior to the work 1816 has done. Both these bills were signed into law and now impact every student in the nation.
In all, we've worked on 5 state-level bills in the past 3 years, impacting 860,000 public school students. This year, we partnered with our state senator to write and introduce 3 new bipartisan bills that will impact FIRST programs in Minnesota.
The first bill funds the Next Generation Technology Development Commission.
The second bill provides $1 million in funding available to all robotics programs in Minnesota.
And the third allocates $100,000 for 5 practice fields across the state.
In fact, I testified on the practice field bill, which will be included in an upcoming omnibus bill.
Nice!
Back to our story, we continued on our journey to find the fountain of culture change. On our travels, we saw that biodiversity makes the first jungle thrive.
That's why we started our STEM for All initiative. We work with overlooked groups to inspire them to embark on their own STEM journey.
Recruiting more female explorers is essential to our STEM for All initiative. At the annual Girls, Science, and Technology event and the SWE National Conference, we brought hands-on demos representing all levels of FIRST.
This year, 3 all-girls expeditions joined us to connect and engage participants with FIRST programs in their hometowns.
I can't even remember how many visitors we met.
It was over 24,000.
To engage homeless youth, a difficult group to reach with STEM, we develop and host FIRST programs at 2 urban transitional housing facilities. This year, our explorers created a mission to the moon with our modified LEGO curriculum.
I remember how excited those students were every day to continue their moon mission.
Me too. We even brought their moon rover to the SWE National Conference. In all, we inspired over 100 young explorers.
Twin Cities Public Television's hands-on science show featured FIRST robotics. We helped write the script for this episode, which featured the Green Machine and 4 other expeditions. Since airing on TV, it has been viewed over 50,000 times online, making it the most popular episode of the series.
After scaling Inspiration Mountain, exploring the tree of sustainability, and discovering that biodiversity makes the first jungle thrive,
We've reached the fountain of culture change.
But even though we found the fountain, our work isn't done.
This new map marks an even greater opportunity to change culture.
But to do it, we'll need our mission to guide us. Remember, we build bold, confident leaders who transform culture to promote, value, and celebrate STEM.
By building leaders and problem solvers,
Through our FIRST sustainability system,
And through our STEM for All initiative,
culture change is inevitable.